Greetings, fellow humans of Earth and my Onaha. It's just I, Ashley XOX, and I'm playing today Alice's Warped Wonderland. Kind of like Alice the Madness Returns, but it's on my phone. A body torn to pieces sleeps quietly wrapped in a blanket of madness. Now, a nightmare from which you will never wake up. Awaken begins. Dun dun dun! Okay, I gotta start taking this game seriously because I heard it's very scary. It has gore parts and it's very not pleasant, basically. Chapter 1, Forever After School. Forever After School? Forever After School! It's kind of like Ever After High, but it's Forever After School. After waking up from the dream, the line between dreams and reality is blurred. And even if you awake for a while, what is a dream and what is reality may not be obvious. Huh? What is this? I stared blankly at the figure before me. Sharp yellow teeth lined the inside of the mouth, sharp like a crooked crescent of moon. What big mouth you have, like a wolf that ate Little Red Riding Hood. Good morning, Alice, spoke the mouth. Wait, a mouth? Ha! I snapped to attention. Who are you? I was so startled that I nearly fell out of my chair. That figure was leaning over its arms and had perched itself on top of my desk in the study room. Why is someone on top of the desk? Never mind that. Who is this person? This is off-limit school non-students and faculty members, at least as it was supposed to be. Suspicious figure's face had hidden beneath the hood its cloak, and I could see its grinning mouth. There are no sport festivals today, so there's no reason for such a strange person to be here. I slowly stood up out of my chair and backed away. Why is no one... It was then when I realized no one else was around. I was alone with a strange hooded figure. Where's Yuna? Yukino. I got that name wrong. Sorry, guys. That's right. I came here to study with my friend. Didn't I? Still half asleep, my memory was hazy, and as I tried to remember what had happened. And then I accidentally fell asleep. Yukino is not here, said the hooded figure, still perched atop the desk. Such a deep voice. Is it a man? But he has a slender chin, looks rather feminine. I wonder if she went home without me. Sunlight leaked through the window, painting the room dark shade of red. The sun had begun to set. Yukino is not here. The hooded figure repeated himself, as if responding to my muttering. Well, I'm gonna go home, too. I slowly backed away, keeping my gaze fixed on the figure perched atop of the desk. My movements stiff as I gradually made my way to the door. I need to tell the teacher. There's a weird person here. Yeah, go tell the teacher! See if they could help! I touched the door handle as I was about to walk out the study room, and against my better judgment, I glanced behind me. Ah! I loudly sat my back against the door. The figure was right behind me, practically nestled up against me. Too close! He's too close! When did he sneak up on me? I didn't even hear him make a sound! My body dragged against the door as I slid down to the floor. The figure just looked down at me with a satisfied grin on his face. Can I help you with something? Who are you? I am Jessie Cat. Just here. Cat, you're not from around here, are you? Now, Alice, let's chase after the white rabbit. What? Rabbit? Huh? What's this about a rabbit? Are you looking for a rabbit? That's fine and all, but I wish he wouldn't stand so close to me. That, though, thought entered my head as I sat there, back still pressed up against the door. I'm not looking for it. You're going to chase after it, Alice. Who is Alice? You. No, I'm not. I'm not Alice. I shook my head violently. Oh, that's it. You're mistaking me for someone else. I breathed a sigh of relief. Of course I wouldn't know what he was talking about. It all makes sense now. I'm not mistaken. We wouldn't mistake Alice for anyone. But I'm not Alice. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. I'm telling you, my name is Arkeo Karasigi. I mean, my names might sound like Alice, but I'm a native Japanese, and my English is pretty bad, so, that means... I felt a surge of determination. I'm not Alice! Shahir Cass paused, then nodded his head. All right, Alice. Let's chase the white rabbit. Huh? My words, they aren't getting through to him at all. Why did I even bother explaining? Speechless, I look up at the figure. I couldn't see anything inside his hood, except darkness, a gloomy, oppressive darkness. It looked like it was going to swallow me whole. A shiver ran up my body. Suddenly, the darkness came closer. The figure had held out his hand. Without thinking, I slapped his hand away, opened the door, and ran. Which one should I choose? I should choose... Slapped his hand away. No! Without thinking, I slapped his hand away. The sound of my slap reverberated loudly throughout the classroom. Oh, crap. I slapped it away. What should I do? I'm sorry. I need to go home since it's getting dark. If you could forget all about all this, I'll repay you some other day. The figure in the gray hood tilted his head, smiling all the way. Forget all this? His intonation was peculiar, as he didn't know what it meant to forget about all this. He really must not be around from here. Are you telling me to disappear? No, I can't say yes, I am, but I can't say no way either. I've probably made him angry. What should I do? He's not going to get angry and stab me, is he? He's not that bad, right? Suddenly, my stomach began to hurt. But I haven't been stabbed yet. I've heard of false pregnancy, but I've never heard of false murder. With those useless thoughts on my mind, I shut my eyes tight. But the answer I received, for some reason, phrased rather presently. As you wish, Alice. What a dramatic way of saying that. I finally opened my eyes and... Huh? I was speechless. From his knees down, his gray hood and everything had completely vanished. Uh-huh. From his knees up, there was something, but not his knees down. There was nothing. And the line between something and nothing was quickly rising, until it swallowed up his smiling mouth and his gray hood. And then the figure had disappeared. What? The way Why did it even disappear? I mean, to disappear means to stop being visible, to pass out of sight, but it's just an expression. No one can actually disappear, so how did it disappear? Why? Why? So you wanted it to disappear. It eventually disappeared. Now you're questioning it. This is confusing. I staggered to my feet. It must be hallucination. Or just my imagination. In a normal situation, a person doesn't just disappear. I have to agree. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe I'm just really tired. Maybe. Or you're just insane. It's probably the best if I go home. Yep. Go home and get murdered. I opened the study room door. ... Though I finally managed to stand up, I fell to the floor, crumbling in a heap. The hallway was endless. The hallway seemed to go on forever. It stretched so far it had become a hazy blur. And that's not all that was unusual. The stairs leading up to the floor below had vanished without a trace. What is going on? I don't know. I think you're in a mental asylum. I trudged through the hallway and couldn't bring myself to return to the study room. Even if I went back, there is no escape. So if I can't go back, I must move forward. Then a long hallway was dead quiet. I shouted out a few times, but there was no response. It seems like there was really no one here. Why? I wonder where everyone could have gone. There was a window on the side of the hallway. From the window, I could see the front courtyard. Everything outside was tinted red from the sunset. But there was no one out there either. No cars, no bicyclists, not a single sound. What could have happened? An orderly row of classrooms were to my left. The plates that display the classroom numbers were blank. Though there should be a familiar environment, there was something cold and distant about it. What should I do? Isn't anyone here? As if praying, I walked by the classroom and peered inside. Dun dun dun! After opening yet another door, my feet came to a halt. A strange figure stood in the middle of the classroom. Good, there's someone here! Excuse me! I was about to run over to him, but suddenly caught myself. What? What is that? At first glance, his slacks and white bottom shirt made him look like a businessman. But then I saw something no normal businessman would have. No, it was something that no normal person would have. From his head jutted two white ears as if they were reaching for the sky. A rabbit. Costume? But it looks too real to be a costume. And that's not all. I could see through him and make out the scenery behind him. He's transparent? Excuse me? I carefully stepped into his view. Ah! My breath left me. The face and arms were covered in fluffy white fur, and red protruded from his face. This is definitely not a costume. But this right hand was most shocking about him. The rabbit on the fur hand was drenched in thick, sticky blood. Ugh. Why does he have blood on his... Is that a rabbit's blood, or does it belong to someone else? The white rabbit held the doll against his wet red chest. The doll was about the size of a baby, but it had no arms, legs, or even a head. Okay, this is getting creepy. The rabbit cradled his plump, childlike body as if it were very important to him. And then I heard a soothing lullaby. Arms, 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 where could your arms be? If you don't have any arms, you can't pet me. Drop of blood ran down the rabbit's hand, sliding into the doll's belly before it plopped onto the floor. Fresh blood, as if he just recently killed somebody. Yeah, why are you still standing there? Why don't you just run? Because, he's a murdering rabbit, and you're about to die. So run. It's not enough. The rabbit's voice made my body twitch. His eyes were still fixed on the doll in his arms. He was ignoring my presence. No, maybe he hadn't noticed me yet. No, it's not enough. I must hurry. With that, the white rabbit armlessly walked toward the door in front of him. Incorporeal his bother effortlessly passed through the desk. Well, he's a fucking murdering ghost then. Yeah. Just before the rabbit went through the closed door, his muttering reached my ears. Alice. Finally, the rabbit passed through the classroom door and disappeared. Well, fuck! What was that just now? I stood in the place dumbfounded. A rabbit ghost, or was it just a hallucination? You always think it's a hallucination, Ariko. It's not a hallucination. You've seen a bloody rabbit. You've seen a chest-eater cat that has a big grin on his face and nothing else. And you're in a school that has endless hallways. I don't think it's a hallucination anymore. I think you're actually insane. So many curious things have been happening. I'm not sure how to react. This isn't a dream, is it? Probably. Though there was a small pool of blood where the white figure had been standing. Red proof that it wasn't a hallucination. Droplets of the blood had pooled on the ground and oozed their way onto the floor. When I opened the door, the trail of blood continued down the hallway. I stared intently down the hallway. Just like before, there was no end in sight. As if I was being invited by the red trail, I continued to walk down the hallway. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Follow the murderer's blood trail from the rabbit. How far have I been walking? I finally reached the end where I just feel more bored by the hallway than scared. Oh, what? My feeling of relief quickly gave way to disappointment. As I got closer, it became more obvious that it was just a wall. A dead end. When I walked this far, I grew more discouraged as I approached the wall than when I noticed a tiny door. Okay. So this is turning to be like she fell down a dream hallucination hole. In her mind, she's either in a coma in the real world, and now she's just dreaming of the warped wonderland. Wow, what a small door. It has to be 8 inches tall, if that. For such a small door, it's had small details like doorknobs. It's so cute. It's a mini door. But what's this door even doing here? I grabbed the doorknob and twisted it, and the door opened easily enough. When I lowered my head to peer through the door, I saw a hallway, nothing much more like the one I was in. But there was one key difference. A staircase! If I can get to the other side of the door, I can go down the stairs. And maybe I can go outside. The other side of this door. My happiness quickly deflated. How can I even fit through such a tiny door? I stood dusting off my school uniform. Well, this is a problem. I guess I have no choice but to use the curtains to climb down the balcony. I'm not exactly afraid of heights, but I'm not very athletic either. If I fall down from the fourth floor, will I die? No, bitch, you'll survive. With these thoughts on my mind, I opened the door to the nearest classroom. Huh? My feet stopped at the entrance. This classroom was different from the others. A colorful paper chain and flowers decorated the classroom. The students' desks were pushed back, leaving an open space in front of the classroom. It was like a birthday going away party in an elementary school. But instead of a lively atmosphere, the classroom was silent. There was 2 various drawings on the blackboard, and in the center, in wet red letters, "Welcome home, our Alice," was written. It looked fresh, as if it was recently written. Alice. I murmured that name as I stared at the blackboard. I had heard this name a lot today. In front of the blackboard, on top of the teacher's podium, was a rather large basket. Upon a closer inspection, a slip of paper lay on top of the basket. "Eat me," was written on it. I thought it was gonna be like, "Bite me," because it's Alice's warped wonderland. What could it be? I wonder if there's food inside. No, you're supposed to eat the basket. Really? I casually opened the basket. Ah! Inside there was a white severed arm at the elbow, severed at the elbow. Oh my god! I ran as fast as I could back to the hallway. I only stopped running once I was out of breath. My legs began to shake as I stood and as I sank to the floor. What was that just now? I looked like a child's arm. That red stuff was cut. Was that blood? A wave of nausea suddenly hit me and I covered my mouth. No, it can't be. No running in the hallway, Alice. Ah! I panicked and looked behind me. But there was nobody there. Over here. The voice came from above. I looked up and saw someone crouched on top of a cupboard. It was the hooded figure I counted in the study room. I believe he called himself the Cheshire Cat. What a strange person. I looked up at the man, dumbfounded. There wasn't a whole lot of space between the cupboard and the ceiling. And yet somehow this person must compressed himself to fill the space. What are you doing in a place like that? It was so bizarre I could feel my composure weakening. But the man jumped down, still grinning without making a sound. What is the matter, Alice? Are you hungry? I keep on changing his voice. I'm just gonna do that one. I'm not hungry. I'm, a severed arm. What do I do? Oh, yes, I need to call the police. Finally, some common sense, woman. While I sat on the ground in panic, the person across from me seemed unfazed by all this. He was just silently looked down at me, grinning. I swallowed my saliva in a loud gulp. Try talking. Let's talk with this thing. Calm down. Right now, I should just try to talk to him. That's right. Communication is the key to understanding. Excuse me. Were you listening to what I was saying? Of course. No matter where I am, Alice, I can hear your voice. That's not creepy. That's creepy. What should I do? I know that you should chase after the right rabbit. Rabbit? Why is he mentioning the rabbit now? Come, let's go. What are you talking about? This is no time to be talking about a rabbit. But the Cheshire Cat's expression didn't change. He kept right on grinning. I started to get worried and began asking questions in a rapid session. Hey, why are no one else around? Did you do something? Did something happen? What? Do you know what's going on? But that grinning mouth provided no answers. My weariness began to turn into annoyance. Why is this hallway so long? Why is the door so small? Why is anyone supposed to be to get through that thing? At this point, I was mostly venting. I would be too. I'd be like, what is going on? How did I get here? Where am I? Why do you keep calling me Alice? This is confusing! For me, at least. At this point, I was mostly venting. But to my surprise, the Cheshire responded to my last question. So you wish to pass through the small door? He nodded it with approval. Huh? No, it's not that. I just want to go. Come. The Cheshire Cat cut me off with a mid-sentence and walked away as he was sliding along the floor. I am a ghost! Whee! What? Wait a second, please. Hey! In the end, I followed him because I was too scared of being left behind. But was that the right decision? No, it wasn't. Okay, well, I'm going to save it here. And we're going to end it here. So remember that Ashley loves you, Onaha. And Ashley loves you and wants you to stay happy. And she's always here for you guys to talk to. And I'll see you, my Onaha, in the next one. Bye-bye.